A goose was tightly tethered by a rope. Watching his companion scramble for food, his heart filled with disdain. When the owner walked over and dismissively threw some food at him, he refused to eat a single bite, instead cursing at the owner. Looking at the food on the ground, he suddenly remembered when he was young. His owner had been a little girl. He remembered how she often coughed, sometimes even coughing up blood, yet she still fed him with such love. In that moment, he had felt warmth and possessed something precious, but his current owner never looked him in the eye, and his fellow geese only knew how to eat. One day, two boys passed by. They took a bite of steamed bun, chewed it, and spat it on the ground, smugly watching the geese eat. The little goose felt utterly disgusted by everything before him. He despised his current life. Just then, he saw a familiar school bus and remembered how his former little owner had desperately wanted to go to school but had to stay home due to her health. The girl had looked through the window at her brother's red scarf with such envy, so she got up, walked to the closet, took out a red scarf she'd treasured for years, and tied it around her best friend, the little goose. Back then, the goose had felt truly blessed. Looking at the moon in the sky, the goose deeply missed the girl. That night, he had a dream. He dreamed he was back by his little owner's side. Watching the sleeping girl, he couldn't help but slowly move closer, finally gathering the courage to kiss her lips. When he woke, he was devastated. He remembered that day when the girl suddenly collapsed. The goose had been terrified, not knowing what had happened, frantically trying to wake her, but the little girl had left him forever. The goose broke down completely. Later, he was tethered by his current owner. Here, he was just an ordinary goose, no different from the others. But to his little owner, he had surely been special. And because of that specialness, he had fallen in love with her. The goose couldn't find meaning in life. When he saw the school bus again, in his daze, he seemed to see the girl. He was overjoyed. He remembered their time together, reading books, keeping each other company. Carrying this love, he rushed toward the girl regardless of everything. He knew it was just an illusion. Even so, he desperately moved forward, straining against the rope's restraint. After a long cry, the rope seemed to break. He entered a space and walked toward the light. And so, he arrived in the girl's world. They sat on warm grass, and the girl smiled at him gently. Seeing that the girl no longer coughed, the goose was overjoyed. He felt so tired, his eyes could barely stay open. Finally, he could be with her.